We present a simple mindset that completely captivates the woman. And what if I told you that there's something simple, known by very few men, that can make a woman completely obsessed with you? In this video, I'll tell you exactly what that something is and why you should start applying it today. I want you to pause for a moment and think about something you've desired and achieved. It could be your car, a motorcycle, a phone, a specific trip, or even a woman. Before conquering this thing or person, you felt desire, absence. The etymological meaning of desire is associated with the idea of looking to the sky and desiring something in that gaze into the void. Desire is satisfied the moment you possess it. When you own the desired car, you're happy, euphoric, but the desire disappears. Many men don't know that women also want to desire a man. The desire here doesn't just have a sexual connotation, although it fits into that context, but I'm talking about wanting the man, having this strong desire. Most men don't allow this because they're not dominant men. A dominant man is someone who has self-control first and understands how the female mind works, who understands how women function. You're already taking an important step towards becoming a more dominant man because you better understand how women work and that they also want to feel desire. But how, Sally? I still don't get it, it's not very clear. There's an element that makes a woman obsessed with a man, obsessed here meaning in an endless cycle of thoughts about this man. This element is silence. In silence lies absence, and from absence arises longing, the feeling of missing something. And how can you use silence to attract the woman even more and increase her interest? First, don't try to fill every empty space in a conversation. Understanding how to communicate with women is crucial. Without that, it's impossible to be successful in relationships. Communicating with women means steering the conversation towards topics that create an emotional connection, but it also means being silent, knowing when not to fill every empty space and place in the conversation by typing long messages or talking too much in a meeting because you think the topic is over. So, you need to continue the topic, not appear strange. A dominant man knows when to be silent and has a calmness about silence. This place of calmness, when the woman realizes you're comfortable with silence, automatically makes her more attracted to you because you send a conscious message of confidence and dominance. Know when to speak, but also know when to be silent. Observe, look the woman in the eyes. Don't try to fill every empty space in a conversation. The second way to use silence to your advantage is to listen attentively. Listening attentively is one of the best ways to arouse a person's interest, to make them desire your presence. Most people have a thirst to talk about themselves, but not you. You'll be a different man, a man who doesn't need to talk about himself to get confirmation from others. No, you feel comfortable with who you are. You know your strengths and weaknesses, and you like yourself just as you are. That's why you have your own light. And when you approach this woman, you're ready to listen to her. So, you use silence, ask questions, be silent to listen. The third way to use silence to your advantage, there are moments when you need to value and respect yourself. If there's a situation where a woman doesn't reciprocate, respond with your silence. Not as a game, like I'll give her the cold shoulder to see if she responds. That's childish behavior. That's not the attitude of a valuable man. A valuable man looks at a situation where he's not appreciated and responds by giving his silence and absence as an answer, authentically, because he doesn't want to linger in that situation any longer, and not as a game, because then he remains silent for 3 days, can't bear that the woman isn't talking to him either, and sends a message, "Hey, didn't you notice I disappeared?" Every time you act to impress a woman, your attitude collapses, your false behavior is perceived. Therefore, the only effective way is to try to grow for yourself, and as a result, all your relationships and the way women and people see you will improve. The fourth way to use silence to your advantage, if you're a man on the way to becoming a valuable man, you try to make your days productive, days where you spend your time doing things that bring you closer to your goals and aspirations, whether physically, spiritually, financially, or professionally. You don't fill your time with empty things, watch content on social media that doesn't benefit you, but wisely use your time to get closer to your purpose. That's what a valuable man does. So, while you're busy building the life you want to live, you automatically stay silent. So, you won't be on WhatsApp all the time, sending this woman messages every half hour, chatting, because you don't have time for that. You'll talk to her once or twice a day. And that's how you use silence to your advantage. Do you understand something? Precisely in the moments when you're not talking to the woman, when you're not meeting, she'll feel your absence. If you're always present, she can't feel your absence. Another way to use silence to your advantage is to answer questions that a woman asks you or that others ask without immediately revealing all the details of the story. For example, if a woman asks you how many relationships you've had and how they were, you can answer that there were 3 or 4 relationships, that the first one was very good and ended because of the distance, the second was turbulent because you were very immature, so there was no good communication, and you ended the third one because you didn't fit together. If you tell the truth but in a more objective, direct way, without revealing too many details, it opens up a mystery, creates a space in this woman's mind to want to know more, to continue this conversation or come back to it later and learn more about you, your story. Your story is unique. Only you know it completely. And if you want to build a valuable relationship with a valuable woman, you must always be 100% honest about your story, but you can continue to reveal only a few details. That's part of the more archetypically masculine way of telling things in a more objective way. In summary, we understand that the art of silence is a powerful tool to create and maintain a woman's attraction. This video emphasizes the importance of not filling every empty space in a conversation but knowing when to be silent and allowing absence to create longing and interest. The dominant man practices silence calmly, displaying confidence and self-control. Furthermore, silence is utilized through attentive listening to create a unique and valuable presence. In situations that require self-respect, silence becomes a response, indicating the need to value oneself. Engaging in a purpose is mentioned and emphasized, stating that a valuable man doesn't let himself be consumed by superficial conversations but wisely uses his time to pursue goals. Ultimately, the ability to strategically use silence demonstrates not only maturity but also authenticity, crucial for building meaningful and lasting relationships. The final advice is to strive to become emotionally stronger and wait for this year to be the best of your life. A big kiss, and until the next video.